What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. It's been a pretty solid night of basketball so far, and I want to have some Knicks talk. I feel like the Knicks are a very polarizing topic right now, and they got some players on there that need some more respect, in my opinion, and some that need some more damn playing time. But before I hop into it, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. So I want to give RJ Barrett some praise because since basically the new year, I feel like he's been really, really, really solid, like showing why he got drafted as high as he did. I'll be one of the first to tell you I was not very high on him coming out of the draft. But obviously, he's turned out to be a pretty solid player, and I'm okay with being wrong. I just thought when I watched him in college, he wasn't as good as you would have hoped in college. But in the pros, especially this year, especially since the new year, he's really shown that he's a quality, possibly future all-star level player. I don't want to put like a ceiling on him or anything like that. I don't really know what his ceiling is. But since the new year, I did pull the stats myself. It's basically like a 21 game sample size. It's not including the most recent game in March against the Sixers. That game is not included in this. The stats weren't updated yet. But before that game, in the 21 games, he's averaging 23.6 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, 3.3 assists, making about 2.4 threes per game on 6.1 attempts. So he's shooting about 39% from three, which is above average in my opinion. And, anytime you get numbers like basically like 24, 6, and 3, that's like all-star level player right there. Like that's deserving of some credit. And I feel like he deserves more respect. And honestly, he's getting it from me because he's really proven me wrong, which I'm completely cool with. And I like to see this progression from him because honestly, he's the most important player on that team. Not Randall. It's not Obi Toppin. It's not Cam Reddish. It's not Mitchell Robinson. It's RJ Barrett. He's the most important player on the team. They have the highest amount of draft capital invested in him. Yes, Randall's making more money, but I think for this team to really go anywhere in the future that's actually like meaningful, I'm not like, to me, meaningful isn't like a first round exit. Meaningful is like winning a playoff round, going deep into the playoffs, and like being competitive each and every year. For them to do that, RJ Barrett's got to be at like one of the top two guys on the team, and he needs the team. Obviously, the team needs to be shaped a little bit better around him. Lineups need to be a little bit better. Obviously, we'll see how things play out as time goes on. And even with his stats, he gets to the line a lot, so he's very aggressive. I've seen that he just looks confident. He's not hesitating anymore. He's aggressive. He's like not even thinking about his decisions. He's just playing. And it's good basketball. It's good basketball. He's proving that he's probably their best player this season. In my opinion, he is. I don't think Julius Randle has been able to redo what he did last year, which, I mean, to be fair, that was incredible what he did last year. But teams are focusing on him now. And then I liked it that RJ's stepping up and like, all right, they're taking him away a little bit. They're making life hard for him. I got to make a jump here. And, 21 games is not like, it's not a huge sample size, but it's not like 4 games where he went off or anything. It's 21 games where he's been a very, very good player. So I want to give RJ some credit. Knicks fans, let me know how you're feeling about RJ, what you guys think his capabilities might be in the future, where you'd like to see him, like what do you want to see him become, evolve into, or what you're thinking of him in general. Now, for a more negative side of this, Thibs, I think Tom Thibodeau is a good coach, but not for this roster. So, and you get that every once in a while, but a lot of this is like kind of his fault because he's so hard-headed and so stubborn. And I'll start off with a topic of Obi Toppin, who it's like, bro, you drafted him top 10. Why is he playing 15 minutes a game? I don't care what team it is, what coach it is. That's most likely a fireable offense to draft somebody in the top 10, have them be healthy, and play him 15 minutes a game, and then have dudes like Taj Gibson play 18.3 minutes a game. That's like, come on. 40-year-old players like Taj Gibson should not be getting any playing time over your young, highly touted draft pick. That like the team isn't really going anywhere this season. You might as well just see what he's got. You might as well unleash him. And if he doesn't do well, he doesn't do well. At least you know what you have. But if you don't even play him, you're not going to see that. Obviously, you're not going to see it if he's playing fourth or fifth fiddle whenever he's on the floor for the 10 minutes. And I feel like people have pointed this out when like he kind of knows, like if I make a mistake, I'm coming out of the game. Like he just gets pulled. So he doesn't really get to play through his mistakes. And as a young player, that is so crucial. You got to be able to learn from your experience and play through stuff. If you don't have that opportunity, it's going to be really hard to be successful. There's not very many players that are able to come in and like not play through their mistakes and get better quickly. So, I think he needs more minutes. You got to figure out some sort of rotation with him that gets him more involved. because the worst case scenario, you're where you're at already. You're a 12 seed or whatever it is. What's that matter? It means nothing. So you might as well see what your young guys have. Speaking of the young guys, you traded a first round pick for him this season. And this looks like something where like the front office was not aligned with the coach, because the front office traded a first round pick for Cam Reddish. And then the coach was like, all right, I got 12 and a half minutes a game for you. Why? Like, Alec Burks ain't moving the needle. Evan Fournier, paying him a ton of money. He's not moving the needle. You might as well figure out how good Cam Reddish can be. Like, I really just think Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin just need to be given like full reign in this next, what do we have, like 20 games left? Whatever it is. They really need to unleash that, because it's like the worst case scenario, like I said, you just end up where you're already at. Like, what's the point of making the play-in and then just getting rolled by the Heat, the Sixers, or the Bucks, I don't know, whoever the one seed will be at the playoff time. It's so close. But like, you do not trade a first round pick to not play a guy. That makes absolutely no sense, especially like it wasn't their pick. I believe it was the Hornets pick, but still, like, that could be anywhere from, like 15 to 25 more than likely. So I just think you got to give Cam Reddish some minutes. You got to figure out something. This is where like being a flexible coach that's open-minded would be really helpful, because it's like you're not winning games anyway. You might as well play the young core, and it's like you got to get creative with your lineups. Do something. Like, it doesn't matter at this point. I've got this here. It's like try mixing some sort of lineup with Randall, Toppin, Reddish, RJ, and Quickly. It's very youth oriented, and you might get a spark out of them. Like, you're going to get experience. There's so many good things. Not saying that necessarily has to be the 5-man lineup or anything like that, because I left off Mitchell Robinson, but that's not the point. The main thing is that you're going to have to, because I don't think they're going to bench Randall. I just don't see it happening. I think Thibs loves Randall too much for that to happen. So why not have Randall play the 5? He's a big enough dude. I'm a Laker fan. I watched him for years. He's strong enough to be able to handle the 5. Maybe not against Joel Embiid every night, but most teams don't have there's like maybe like 5 insanely talented centers. Outside of that, there's he should be able to hang. So, and then, you get Toppin in there, you get Reddish. Reddish is a 3 or a 2. So you can kind of mix and plug and play him anywhere. It's like Cam Reddish should not be sitting behind Alec Burks. Alec Burks is not like they're always playing the point guard role. He's not a point guard. Doesn't matter. Like, you might as well just give RJ the ball and let him do it. It just doesn't make any sense. And like I said, Quickly, you drafted him in the later end of the first, I think it was the later end of the first round last year. He's got some talent. I know he's been a shooting slump, but like the best way to get out of a slump is to keep shooting and keep playing. But if you're not getting, enough heavy minutes to do it, it's going to take you a while. So I really think that Thibodeau needs, or Thibs, what do you want? Thibodeau, however you want to say his name, needs to get creative, because there's no point in trying to salvage the end of the season in terms of like trying to win a bunch of games or something like that. Worst case scenario, you put this lineup out there and you stay where you are, or they do amazing. So Knicks fans, let me know how you're feeling about Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, Manuel Quickly, if you want to throw him in there, Mitchell Robinson. I didn't really talk about him, but how you're feeling about those pieces, the coaching and like the lineups and rotations, how the season is. I want to know. I'm very curious. I don't catch every Knicks game, but from the times I do catch them, this is stuff that's like glaring and obvious to me. So let me know in the comments what you think about all that great stuff. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please like the video. I really, really appreciate it. It's very helpful for me. So Knicks fans, let me know what you think. I'm done here. Peace.